I'm Nicole Forbes, and I'm studying a major in psychology and a minor in chemistry here at Mount A. This is my second year in Tintamarre. I saw Tintamarre perform their touring show every single year at my high school, and I was like, okay, you know, pretty cool. Next year, like, wow, yeah, they're coming back. And by the fourth year, I was like, Alex, like, I'm going to Mount A this year. I found out, can I join Tintamarre? And he said, sure, help hand out papers. So that's how it started.
How much French did you know before you came to Tintamarre?
Well, I had late French immersion, so I knew about 6 or 7 years of French, but you don't keep it as much if you don't use it, so in the summers I lost some of it. So I came into school with enough French to understand it, but not to get the complexities, and I learned more French while doing Tintamarre.
Yeah, how did that kind of process help? What are those ingredients in the Tintamarre sauce that help for people who are, you know, wanting to develop their French and their English in some cases?
Not only do we like improv in English and in French, but once you get the script, you're reading it, and if you don't know what something means, you find out and you repeat it, and then you learn other people's lines and you learn what they mean. And the other thing is that we do conversational French, so not only the French vocabulary that you need to know for high school, but little French words that you might never use but come up in conversations, so French that you could talk to someone with. And so I found that improved dramatically.
For you, what has been the coolest or most amazing or most fun part of this whole entire crazy escapade?
For me, it would have to be the actual show, the actual 4 days. And I didn't do touring last year, but probably the tour as well, because I've never done anything on stage. I've done backstage, I've done makeup, but I've never been on stage. So to be on stage was exhilarating, like a little bit of nerves, but not much. So to perform and to have people laugh at something I did because they find it funny is quite surprising.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I was mentioning with David, I was mentioning stuff like games. What is your view of the Tintamarre process? Like we come in at day one, and Alex is we're setting up the script, but there's this kind of undertone of all of this other stuff that we're building up to, just in terms of acting and things. What did you notice that kind of got you into that realm of being able to go up and improv in front of a bunch of people?
We practice acting in games, in the way we warm up. We practice vowels, we practice pronunciation, we practice making things up on the spot if you slip, to keep going so that you don't go, oh. You go, oh, and then you continue, so it teaches you tools you can use through games or through fun things so that you're not unprepared to go on stage, you're quite prepared.
Can you talk to me about Alex? Like what's the fancy element in this?
Alex is a force to be reckoned with, for sure. He has so much enthusiasm that not only when he's directing, not only when he's getting us to brainstorm, not only when we're in Tintamarre together, but in his emails, when he goes on tour, he talks to people. If people ask him questions, he answers them, he engages them, he tells them about Tintamarre, if they want to join it, if they want to help out. So he sort of draws people in just by showing them something new, something that they may not have seen before. And because he's such a force and so engaging with people, I guess it comes back and like people join and they're like, yeah, like, you know, I've never tried acting, but I met Alex and he told me I could join, and there's no auditions, and if you come and you keep coming, then you're in the show. So.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's the end of my questions, essentially. But was there anything, I mean, when we talk about Tintamarre and all of these things, was there anything that you wanted to say, anything that comes to mind where you go, this is what this thing is?
To me, I think what this thing is it's a bit of a family, because at first you meet every once in a while and you sort of know each other, but you sort of don't. But then once you get rehearsing and practicing, you learn things about each other. You learn if someone's always late, you learn if someone's always joking, you learn who's good at something so they can help teach you a certain word. You become a bit of a family, and I guess the longer you stay in it, the more it becomes comfortable. And so when you go on stage, you're not just going on stage alone. You're going on stage with other people who are going to keep you going and push you harder and make you do the best that you can possibly act.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Nicole.
You're welcome.